Steve and Bob's First War. Somewhere deep in the Badlands, a Black Orc war boss gathers an army to face off against a vampire, all because the vampire called him a wuss. Two goblins named Steve and Bob have been assigned to operate a bolt thrower.
Nice one, Bob. Very nice.
It was a warning shot, Steve.
They're skeletons, Bob. What's a warning shot gonna do?
I hate you.
Bob fires into the woods at the approaching direwolves, but hits a tree instead.
Nice one, Bob. Very nice.
I was aiming for the tree, Steve. It was target practice.
We had 6 arrows, Bob. That's all we had. Now we've got 4. Why don't you try target practice on the enemy?
I hate you. Oh my gork, Steve. Did you see that? Bullseye, baby.
They're skirmishers, Bob. They don't have ranks. You wasted another bolt.
Urge to kill Steve. Rising. I can see the guys with the pretty flag.
That's great, Bob. If only you could shoot.
I was warming up, Steve. Now watch this.
Congrats, Bob. You got 1 out of 4.
You know what, Steve? I think you'd be a great doom diver.
Bob and Steve, the last war machine operators on the field, discuss who they should fire at next.
Steve, I can't shoot anything. I might hit an orc.
You can shoot anywhere, Bob. You have 360 degrees of vision.
Come on, Steve. It's not like anything would be coming from behind. Oh, crap.
Turn it around, Bob. Faster. Turn it.
I did it, Steve. I got 4 of them.
Cool, Bob. Very cool. You do know there's still 10 of them, right?
Just let me have this moment, Steve.
The Wraith and his Roid boys charge into Bob and Steve.
Well, I guess this is the end, Steve.
I guess it is, Bob.
I never thought I'd die fighting side by side with a goblin.
How about fighting side by side with a friend?
I could do that. Too bad you're not my friend.
I hate you.
Steve and Bob's Second War. Deep in the desert of Sahara, which is totally not copied from Sahara, legend speaks of a hallowed shrine whispered to bestow great strength and unnatural abilities upon all who are worthy. Many have asked the sanctum for this power, but have been rejected. 2 legendary warlords battle over the shrine, an orc warboss, Grimgore Ironhide, and the vampire lord, Zacharias the Ever-Living. Some excited goblins line up to get launched out of a catapult while an orc bully cracks a whip on them. Steve and Bob, however, are not so excited.
How come you get to go at the back of the line, Steve?
Because it's your fault we're here in the first place, Bob. Grimgore is punishing us for running away the last time we went to war.
You ran away too, Steve.
Running away was your idea, Bob. We were supposed to die fighting and be remembered as heroes. Now we're just meat bombs. But maybe, just maybe, this battle will be over before it's my turn to doom dive.
Can I go at the back of the line, Steve?
No!
The Doom Diver launches a goblin at Zacharias but misses entirely, and the goblin paints the sand red.
Hey, Steve, want some spider venom?
Sure, Bob.
I'll trade you your spot in the line for my spider venom.
I can always get my own spider venom later, Bob. You know, when I'm still alive.
Do you want some magic mushrooms, Steve?
No!
The Doom Diver sacrifices another goblin for no reason whatsoever.
Seriously, what is the point in this? We're just wasting goblins. Give us some weapons and actually let us fight.
Are you whinging?
Sounds like whinging to me, Mr. Orc Bully.
Righto, you're
No,
going
I was at the
next,
back of
then.
the line.
Zacharias declares a charge on the Doom Diver.
Stop, it's not my time yet.
Come on,
Time is a
get on
valuable
there.
asset.
Strap him in, boys.
Wait, look behind you.
You what? Oh, shit. Leg it. Zacharias on the zombie dragon charges into the rear of the orc boys.
With the dragon preoccupied, the orc bully rallies Bob, Steve, and the rest of the Doom Divers.
Oh, for the love of Mork, do we have to go back?
Are you whinging?
It sounds like whinging to me, Mr. Orc Bully.
Ah, crap.
Righto, you're going next then.
You are the worst goblin I know, Steve.
It's called karma, Bob.
Which one of you was going next? I forgot.
It's him, he's next.
Steve, listen. I need to stay alive.
Yeah? Well, I'd like to stay alive too, Bob.
No, Steve, you don't understand. I have kids.
You can't have kids, Bob. You're a goblin.
No, Steve, they're not my biological kids. Look, I kept this a secret for a long time to protect them. Do you remember when we raided the moot?
Of course I remember.
I met a halfling girl there after we burned down her house. She was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I apologized and told her I'd make it up to her. I used to sneak out of the caves every month to see her. We were in love.
Wait, you have a halfling girlfriend?
She had 2 kids and I became like a father to them.
Gork and Mork.
But then one night, when I went to her village, this guy named Archaon came through and slaughtered almost everyone. I found her lying in the dirt, badly wounded. As she was dying in my arms, I promised her I'd look after her kids. I'll never love another woman again.
That's terrible. I don't know what to say, Bob. I feel sad. And we goblins don't get sad.
Please, Steve, they need me.
Okay, Bob, I'll go. But I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for your kids.
Gork, bless you, Steve.
Just do me one favor. Tell your kids I died a hero.
Fire! The catapult misfires and Steve is launched so far into the sky he passes through the clouds and isn't seen again for the rest of the battle.
So much for dying a hero, Steve.
Phil flees.
Wow, Phil is just one big giant pussy. Wait, where did everyone go? You are the luckiest goblin I know, Bob. Maybe I should have gone in the Doom Diver. Dying of thirst sucks. Wait, what is that? Oh my Gork, it's an oasis! Holy crap, Steve! You're alive!
Bob, is that you? Did we win?
Don't ask stupid questions, Steve. I want to know how the hell you survived.
I'm not an idiot, Bob. I brought my own gliding wings. The ones Grimgor supplied were about as reliable as Games Workshop. So as I was gliding, I saw this lake from up in the sky, so I aimed for it. But now my legs are broken. What the hell, Bob?
I'm literally dying of thirst, Steve.
Where are the rest of the doom diving crew?
The orc bully got hungry.
That's unfortunate.
I'm just happy that we both survived, Steve. Now we can head back home to the Badlands.
Sounds good, Bob. And you can see your kids again.
What kids?
Steve and Bob's Third War. At the base of the World's Edge Mountains, a vegan Black Orc war boss faces off against a meat-eating dwarf king. Bob tries to steer a chariot pulled by 3 wolves.
You've driven a chariot before, right, Bob?
Stop asking me, Steve. Of course I have. When are you going to learn to trust me?
Trust you? You convinced me to launch myself out of a catapult so you could be a father to your kids. But you don't even have any kids. You left me to die at the hands of skeletons. Then you told me this elaborate story about how you fell in love with a halfling girl. But there is no way that's true. Because you, Bob, are incapable of love.
You have some serious trust issues, Steve.
Steve and Bob, for some odd reason, turn 90 degrees and head towards the Aragoys.
Bob, what the hell are you doing?
Stop being a backseat driver, Steve.
The enemy is that way.
I'm fully aware of that.
You've never driven a chariot before.
Of course I haven't.
Bob pivots the chariot.
I think I'm getting the hang of this, Steve.
Nice one, Bob. You turned left, now you turned right. At this rate, we'll be outrun by a dwarf.
I'm hiding from the artillery, Steve. Next, we'll sneak through the woods and surprise...
Sneak through the woods? We're in a chariot, Bob.
You know what, Steve? Why don't you drive?
Bob drives the chariot around the woods and Steve fires 3 shots with his bow.
Shoot now, Steve, shoot now. You had one job, Steve.
I was aiming for the ground, Bob. It was target practice.
Why don't you try target practice on the enemy?
That's a great question, Bob. Nice one, Bob. Very nice.
I was aiming for the tree, Steve. It was target practice.
Why don't you try target practice on the enemy?
I hate you.
Bob and Steve finally make their way towards the center of the battlefield.
We're almost there, Steve. I can see it. The tavern.
The tavern?
Yeah, Steve. We're going to the tavern.
Are you serious? We're supposed to be slaying dwarfs, Bob. Look around you. We're losing.
That's why we're going to the tavern.
The engineer fires at Steve and Bob, which bounces off the side of the chariot.
Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Calm down, Bob. He was just doing target practice.
Yeah, and we are the target, Steve.
It's okay, Bob. He hasn't successfully hit anything the entire battle. He probably isn't even a real engineer.
Well, at least I don't look like a cross between the Grinch and a Nurgly.
Steve and Bob head towards the rear of King Glutgut's unit.
Look, Steve, there's some dwarfs you can shoot at. Fire! You shoot like an engineer, Steve. We made it, Steve. Behold the tavern.
That's great, Bob. So what are we doing here?
We're gonna load up my chariot with stolen goods, of course.
This isn't your chariot, Bob.
You think I'm gonna steal from a tavern but not steal the chariot? gross. This tavern is so clean, dwarfs are disgusting. Looks like there should be food in here. Oh, I think I just swallowed a beard hair. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was in here. Hello? Oh, my gork.
Bob, we need to get the hell out of here right now before the dwarfs return to... Bob?
She's beautiful.
She's also not breathing, Bob. She's dead.
Don't say that, Steve. You'll hurt her feelings.
Bob, she is dead. She can't feel anything. Let's just take what we can and get out of here.
Okay, fine. But I'm taking her with me.
We are not taking a halfling's corpse with us. There's plenty of food here we can take.
I'm not gonna eat her, Steve. What do you think I am?
A goblin, Bob. I think you're a goblin. You'll eat anything.
No, Steve. She's coming with us. I'm gonna save her.
What in the name of Mork are you talking about?
I'm gonna bring her back to life from the Tower of Love. Also known as necromancy.
What the f***, Bob? You'll turn her into a mindless zombie.
I'm not gonna turn her into a zombie, Steve. She's going to be a beautiful vampire.